journey begin. Who win this year's championship? Come feel the heat of this dream. Witness the strength and confidence of those who face these challenges. Cause in the end, we all win. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Everybody say na 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 the ball has hit the bat, whoa, whoa. Fielders are running to catch it. Is a six or will it be a four? We scream, we roar, oh my god, the tension soar. The pressure, the skill on display is amazing, what can I say? Let the clocks run in millions, as if cricket is our religion. Let's go. If you wanna be the best, play with courage and confidence. Level up your game to be prominent. Don't forget it's your time to shine. Play tough but remember to be kind. Let's see who tops at the finish line. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League. Insurance Premier League.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Morning and welcome to Insurance Cricket League Season 11. We have our dignitaries who are gracing the occasion today. We have Johnson Lobo, Victor, we have Anurag, Uttam and Gabriel. Our two teams that are going to be in the season opener: Oriental Insurance, captained by Yasser, and Salama, by Qasim, and Salama captain Yasser. Yasser, welcome. And to start off, we have the cake cutting ceremony. And before we start that, we're happy to announce that we have Uttam, who's getting a year wiser. His hair is still the same, but he's getting a bit wiser every day. We'll have the cake cutting. Uttam, can you please do the honors with the dignitaries? Happy birthday. Happy birthday, and here's wishing the teams and all the organizers a good tournament. We have the two captains who will come forward. Qasim, Yasser, a tournament that is going into the second decade. What are the hopes that you have from your boys coming into this tournament?
Good morning, everyone. Yes, this is the 11th season going on, and we have been playing this tournament since start. And we have been trying our level best to win this tournament. Unfortunately, we have been reaching only still until semifinals. But this time, all the teams are pretty good. Oriental is not the same Oriental which it used to be earlier. They are pretty strong right now. So we'll go for the best, our best 11, and all the best for the team.
Qasim, your expectations from the boys, you all have been performing well, but yes, as he said, that even you are faltering somewhere inside when it comes to the final stages.
Yeah, hello everyone. And it's been a great year for us this year. And we are very confident that we will win the match. And definitely, if you're talking about Salama, very good players are there like Mr. Shehzad. So we try to get him out as soon as we can. And yeah, that's it.
All the best. We have the captains who will go for the toss, and in the meanwhile, a warm welcome. And let's hope we have a great season. Season 11 is going to start very soon. Thank you. All right, we have Johnson Lobo from Alia Insurance. Johnson, season 11. What has been the feeling for you and Alia Insurance overall in this tournament?
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank the organizers for giving us the opportunity. It has been a fantastic season, season 11, lot of excitement, lot of energy with the teams, lot of close games. I'm wishing them all the best. And it has been a great year also for Alia, partnering with ICPL. And we have been getting a lot of visibility in the market, and Alia is doing well. And I'm wishing all the best to all the teams. Thank you.
Thank you for that. A good signs when corporates come together and when these events do help in fostering better relations. Johnson, thank you for your time. And we'll have Victor come forward. Welcome, Victor. Victor, your uh, thoughts on this tournament and what has been the expectation from you and your boys overall in this tournament?
Good morning, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in Ajman Malik Stadium in the chilly morning. Earlier, we had gathered in a couple of months before, we had gathered in Eagle Stadium for the inaugural ceremony of season 11, and today we have gathered here for the inauguration of season Super 8 League. As far as this season is concerned, I believe that this season has given enough opportunities for all the teams to showcase their talent. And I believe that this is the first time organizers have arranged this season in such a way that every player could showcase their talent and prove their mettle. As far as Super 8 is concerned, this team certainly they have outperformed than those who could not make it. And going forward, we are going to witness tough matches as these teams are going to lock their horns for the coveted trophy. This platform is not only about playing cricket, but also it gives opportunity for the insurance fraternity to come together, to meet and greet, to enjoy with the families they come, and overall it's a very good platform for us to come and meet and greet here. And I would like to wish all the best to all the participating teams, and may the best team emerge as the champion of season 11 ICPL. Thank you.
Thank you, Victor. Thank you for that. And we'll have Anurag come forward now for his views. Anurag, being a part of the title sponsors, Matthew Daniels, what has been the expectations from you from a cricketing point of view and from a business perspective?
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Season 11 has been a great success, a huge success. In fact, We have had 91 league games so far, and this has been one of the biggest uh, um, uh, tournament in the history of the Insurance Cricket Premier League. And we are just halfway through the tournament, and we still have the Super 8s, and then we have also introduced the Plate Cup as well. So I think this season has been absolutely amazing. And unfortunately, we are out of the tournament, but we wish all the teams all the best, and may the best team win this tournament.
And thank you for your views. And that's the dignitaries who have graced the occasion today. We'll have the toss and live action in the next few minutes. Stay tuned. Welcome to the pitch report for the first game of ICPL Season 11 between Oriental Insurance and Salama. We have a look at the pitch. It's a fairly barren pitch. There's hardly any grass or anything for the bowlers. All they could get is a bit of dew, which would have settled in the morning. They could make use of those conditions. Other than that, it looks like a belter of a wicket. 180, 185 is par score out here. Batsman will be looking to tee off from the word go and make some big runs out here. Welcome, game one of ICPL Season 11. We have Oriental Insurance and Salama, the captains, in the center with the dignitaries, the umpires. Umpires will toss. Tails is the call. Umpire will say, heads it is. Oriental Insurance captain, you won the toss. What do you want to do?
We want to bowl first.
Any reason for bowling first?
Yeah, we are using this. We want to utilize this dew on the pitch, so we'd like to chase.
And what sort of a score are you wanting to keep them down to?
We try to restrict them before 150. I think it's a chaseable target.
Anyway, thank you and all the best. We have Yasser coming forward. Yasser, happy to bat first on this wicket?
Actually, I wanted to bowl also, but unfortunately, I lost the toss. So it's okay. It's a game. Somebody has to bat first. We'll bat first, and we'll try to make 200 and 200 plus, so that we know that they cannot score that much on our bowling.
And what do you make of the wicket? It's been used over and over again. What do you make of the wicket that is in front of you?
It's very grassy. The ball will swing. It's little uneven also on some areas. So it will be difficult to bat. Both sides, bowlers will have higher chances of getting wickets and beating them on the field. So it will be a bowling pitch, not in a batting pitch.
Thank you for that. That's the news from the center here. Oriental Insurance captain winning the toss, and he elects to bowl first. Live action coming in the next few moments. Thank you. Thank you. Hello and welcome to Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is game one of the Super 8s between Oriental Insurance and Salama. Oriental Insurance captain Qasim winning the toss, elected to bowl first, make use of the conditions, early morning conditions that could favor the bowlers. Both the batsmen out in the middle. Few legs stretching themselves before the first ball is bowled. The umpires waving for confirmation that the game should begin. Captain taking first strike straight away. First ball, right arm over the wicket. Bowls it down the leg side, will be called a wide. So first runs of the tournament. Starts off with a wide way down the leg side. It's pretty crucial for the bowlers to make use of the new ball available. Make sure that they make the ball do the talking right away. Right, Amod wicket. Again, down leg side. Flicks it towards fine leg. There's nobody there. And first runs of the bat. Score moves on to 5. And Yasser opens his account with a boundary. Right about this time, much better. Swings the ball away from the batsman. Shahzad a bit late in going for the cut. The ball nestling into the keeper's gloves. Again, pacing in, asking for an LBW, chance of a run out, and miscommunication. There was no run there. He wanted to get off strike, but in the bargain, losing his wicket. So the first wicket down at the score of 5. Yasser out with an individual score of 4. There was absolutely no run there whatsoever. And the bowler doing a smart thing by collecting the ball and rushing towards the stumps. ये स्कोर कार्ड इतने ढंग से दिखाई क्यों नहीं दे रहा है? क्या करना है? हाँ, तो बड़ा नॉट रीडेबल है कॉल. शहजाद है ना नंबर. New man at number 3, standing way down leg side, now walks in again, spraying onto the pads, and a flick sending the ball down to the boundary. So the second boundary of the over. Score moves on to 9. 9 for the loss of 1 wicket. Shahzad taking strike. He's on 4th. Now this time walks in, and an inner edge, luckily for him, didn't go on to hit the stumps. Come with the intention of taking off right from the word go. Wanting to make use of the power play. restrictions where only 2 fielders are allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Slightly so, a chance of a catch towards the man it covers, falls in between. Batsman complete a single, score moves on to 10. End of the first over. Over number 2 to begin. Shehzad on strike. He is on 5 of 3 balls. Coming from right arm around the wicket, bowls it into the pitch. Shehzad plays it towards covers. A slight misfield, but no run there. Ali Mirza, the man who opened the innings with the Asr, he's yet to face a ball. Shot, plays it towards the fine leg. There's one man inside the ring, but the moment it crosses, it's going to be another boundary. So third boundary of the innings, second for Shehzad. He moves on to 9. Have a look at it. Round the wicket, trying to bounce the batsman out, but Shehzad equal to this task with no fielders patrolling the boundary. It's easy pickings for him. Hilal Khan was the one who started the proceedings for Oriental. Gave away 10 runs. He managed to get the wicket off. Chance of a run out. Shehzad, lucky, took a risky single. Gets away with that and brings Ali Mirza on strike for the first time. Shehzad moves on to 10 of the 6 balls he's faced with 2 boundaries to his credit. Score 15 for the loss of 1 wicket. Round the wicket. Plays it towards point. A misfield there. Allows the single to be completed. Score moves on to 16. And Ali Mirza off the mark with that single. Abdullah moving his fielder slightly rounder. Yeah, well, look at the stand of Shehzad. He's exposing all his 3 stumps, but the moment the bowler bowls, he plays it. He comes in line and covers his stumps and gain another single. Score moves on to 16. The score moves on to 17. Nice. Tucks the batsman in, and the man at short covers comes in quickly and fields the ball. End of the over.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Have a look at the scorecard so far. Yasser was the one who opened the innings along with Ali Mirza. He was out for 4 after scoring 1 boundary, out for a needless run out. Ali Mirza batting on 1 of 2 balls, and Shehzad is on 11 of the 7 balls that he's faced. Ali Mirza to continue. Hilal Khan, who had bowled the first over, he's come back to bowl his second over at the third of the innings. We're in the power play, so only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle. Ali Mirza on strike, comes down the wicket, plays it towards long on. There's nobody patrolling the mid-on area, so the man at long on is one of them who's outside the 30 yards. Easy single. Score moves on to 19. Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. All these teams have already played each other once in the matches. Slowish ball, but equally onto the task is Shehzad. Makes use of the broad shoulders that he has and sends his 1 bounce over the mid-on long off boundary. Score moves on to 22. Have a look at that. Slightly slower, picks the 1, and 1 bounce into the fence she goes. This time plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Score 23 for the loss of 1 wicket. Comes to bowl. This time again from bowling from the leg stump line, and again severely sends this towards the square leg boundary. So back-to-back boundaries in 3 balls. Score racing along to 27. Have a look at this. Comes in line of the ball, and with the fielders inside the circle, it's always going to be easy for the batsman. 27 for 1. This time slightly slower, but will be called wide. He bowls outside the line, so another extra run to the total. Score 28 for 1. This time short and pulls this away again towards backward square. So another boundary. The score galloping along to 32. And Shehzad reaches 20 of the 11 balls he's faced. hops onto one knee and sends this towards the square leg boundary. Problems plenty for Oriental Insurance. Score 32 for the loss of 1 wicket. At the end of 3 overs, Shehzad batting 24 of 12 with 5 boundaries. Strike rate of 200, and Hilal Khan is expensive, has given away 25 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. In the air, over the man at mid-off, and another boundary. So Ali Mirza gets his first boundary. He moves on to 6. Score moves along to 36 for the loss of 1 wicket. Problems aplenty for Oriental captain Qasim. Runs coming from both the ends now. Over the wicket. Slightly slower. Plays it in the air towards the man at mid-off. And no run there. Well fielded. 1 bounce. Yogesh Kumar, the bowler, who's the first change bowler. He comes in to bowl over number 4 of the innings. Was welcome with the boundary of the first ball he bowled, and then straight away goes in for the slow one. Have to see what he comes with. Right arm over. This time over the man at covers. No protection. So another boundary, and the carnage continues out here. Score moves on to 40. Have a look at it. Right arm over. Bowls it. Mirza coming down the wicket, makes room for himself. Gets it slightly from the lower end of the bat, but with these bats, the ball travels a lot and manages to reach the fence. Score moves on to 40 in the 4th over of the innings. Another slow one across the line, plays it towards short mid-wicket, and a single easily completed by both the batsmen. Score moves on to 41, brings Shehzad on to strike. And Ali Mirza moves into double figures. He moves on to 11. Shehzad now comes down the track, and 1 bounce over the man at wide long off. There's absolutely no stopping these men. They've come out with the intention of sending practically every ball towards the boundary. They've already done it 8 times in all. Score moves on to 45. Down the leg side will be called a wide. This is what teams will have to do. They'll have to come up with plans with these guys, batsmen who are ready to take on right from the word go. Slightly slower one, plays it towards the man at long on. There's a fielder there for that. One more run added. Score moves on to 47. End of over number 4. This tournament sponsored by Crawford, Alia Insurance Brokers. Yogesh Kumar going for 15 runs at the over that he bowled last one. Again, another one on the pads and another ball towards the fine leg boundary. So the 50 coming up in 4.1 overs. Shehzad now reaching 33 of 15 balls. Slow refresh. 52 for the loss of 1 wicket. This time towards the off stump, plays it towards covers and the fielder there for that. This time again bowling it slightly wide outside the off stump, asking the batsman to fetch that one. Score remains on 52. This time drives it down towards the man at long on. Much better bowling. He bowled a couple of ones outside the off stump and then one quite close to the bat. All the batsman could do is send it down towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 53, brings Ali Mirza on to strike, who's on 11 of 7 with 2 boundaries. Shehzad is on 33 of 16 with 7 boundaries to his credit. No sixes so far. Again comes down the track towards the man at extra covers. Nobody there and another boundary. Score moves on to 57. Now look at it. Shuffles down the track, makes room again from slightly lower end of the bat, but still good enough to make it to the boundary. And score moves on to 57 with that boundary. In down the track, this time towards mid wicket and another boundary. Again back to back boundaries, and the score moves on to 61 now. .61 for 1. Projected score should take them to 244 at this rate. End of over number 5. Over number 6, the last over power play. Spin for the first time. Introduce right arm leg spin coming from round the wicket. Gives a single. Shehzad collects that single. Score moves on to 62. Slightly flatter this time, but plays it in the air. We'll wait and see whether there was of one bounce. Ali Mirza slightly short and makes full use of that. And one bounce over the extra cover boundary. Amit, the bowler, comes in for a strict right from the second ball he's bowled. Amit Udasi coming from over the wicket now. Time loops the ball, but again in the air. We'll wait and watch whether. And this time we wait for the umpire signal. Another boundary. Loops this one, but Ali Mirza up to the task. Again the same area, just a few meters. In the boundary, so score moves on to 70 with that boundary. This time much quicker into the block hole. All the batsman did was to play it back to the bowler. The moment he tossed it up, Amit was this time coming down the track and plays it towards covers. No run there, so 2 dot balls. Asking for a stumping, not to be, so good comeback to the over. Going for 9 runs in the over that he's bowled so far. End of over number 6, comes down the wicket and a stumping missed. Too quick for the wicket keeper.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Power play comes to a close. 70 for the loss of 1 wicket. It was one-way traffic apart from that run out of Yasir. Islamic Insurance Company, aka Salama, has made full use of the power play. 70 for the loss of 1 wicket. Shehzad batting 35 of 19 with 7 boundaries. And Ali Mirza now catching up. He's on 27 of 14 with 6 boundaries. Both these batsmen going at more than 180 strike rate as Shehzad plays this one towards the wideish long off and ambles across for a single. Ali Mirza wanting to come back for the second, but his partner was not up to the task, so it's settled with that single. This time plays it towards the man at extra cover. There's a fielder there for that. More protection on the boundary line. And another single. White ball. Score moves on to 73. .73 for the loss of a solitary wicket so far. Yogesh Kumar this time pulls this towards mid-wicket and front of the mid-wicket area. So another boundary. Score moves on to 77. The umpire is having a bit of an exercise early in the morning with 15 boundaries coming in so far. Again, another wide, have to stretch that one. Yogesh Kumar already going for 22 in the 1.3 overs that he's bowled so far. Slower one. A slow one have been quite effective. The batsman is happy to play that to a short mid-wicket and take a single. Score moves on to 79. Brings Ali Mirza on to strike. Comes down the wicket again. Plays this towards the extra cover. There's a fielder there. Single. Score moves on to 80. Shahzad now walking across the stumps. The batsman plays it towards wide long on for a single. Ali Mirza looking at the possibility of a second, but not to be there. End of 7 overs, 81 for the loss of 1 wicket. Ali Mirza batting 29 of 16 and Shahzad batting 42 of 23. Welcome back. Over number 8. Amit Udasi to continue this time. Bowls it slightly flatter. Inner half of the bat goes to a short fine and a single being taken. Ball from straight wing. This time an edge goes towards the vacant third man area. Score moves on to 86. This time pulls it towards deep mid wicket. There's a fielder there. Another single. Score moves on to 87. This time loops this one, sends this towards the square leg area. There's a fielder there. One more single added. Score moves on to 87. Loops this one, makes it into a full toss. Plays it towards deep square leg. There's another single added. Score moves on to 88. Shahzad now again sends this towards extra covers. There's a misfield there. But just a single. He moves on to 45. Score moves on to 89. End of over number 8. 90 for the loss of 1 wicket. We have a look at the Salama dugout. Happy camp. Over the wicket, plays it towards the gully region for a boundary. Shahzad moves on to 49. Not that short, but a cut well done. And the ball races along the turf. Moves on to 94. Qasim, the bowler, captain, coming in to bowl over number 9, as this time plays it towards wideish long off, and the first 50 of the tournament of the Super 8. Shahzad 50 of 28 balls with 9 boundaries, no sixes. And he's just started. Qasim this time bowls it to Ali Mirza, wants to place it towards the offside, but inner half of the bat, the ball reaching towards long on for a single. So score moves on to 96 rather. This time again walks in and plays it fine to a short fine for a single. Score moves on to 97 now. Amit Udasi had bowled the previous over, has gone for 18 runs of the 2 overs he's bowled. Chance of a stumping, a wide being called. But the batsman well inside his ground. Ali Mirza again coming down the track, this time plays it towards covers, gets a single, so score moves on to 99 and he moves on to 37. Again called a wide, missed by the keeper. They finish another extra run, so the 100 coming up. 100 coming up in the 9th over, 8.5 to be precise. Chance of a catch and a wicket. Ali Mirza, the batsman. Have a look at that. Tosses this one up slightly slower. Mirza coming down and straight to the man at covers. He didn't have to move an inch. Ali Mirza out for 37 of 22. He's caught by Yogesh off the bowling of Qasim with 7 boundaries. End of over number 9, 101 for 2. welcome back. Over number 10 to begin. Qasim, the successful bowler to get a wicket in the last over, brings Shahzad on to strike. New man Majid Aman, who's be at the non-striker then. Plays it towards wideish long off, and one more boundary. He gets his 10th boundary. He moves on to 55. Man at wide, long off, chasing but unable to cut the ball. Qasim plays this one down. Sorry, that's Shahzad who plays it down towards long on for another single. Score moves on to 106. Fayaz Ali, the bowler, was greeted with the boundary of the first ball he bowled and then comes back to give away a single. Brings Majid Aman on to strike for the first time, batting at number 4. Slightly wrong-footed, again down the leg side. The keeper misses this one. Chase for the man at short fine, manages to keep it inside the boundary. Will wait for, let's see, 3 more runs added to the total. Score moves on to 106. Score moves on to 109 with those wides. Sam slightly slower, plays it towards the extra cover boundary. There's a fielder there for that. Yogesh, the fielder, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 110. And Majid off the mark with that single. Brings Shahzad on to strike, who's batting with 56 of 31 balls. 10 boundaries to his credit. This time tucks him up. Good ball, slightly slower. And into the good length area. No chance for the batsman to make use of it. Just plays it back to the bowler. Dot ball. Slightly slower this time. Plays it towards extra cover. There's a fielder there. Yogesh again in business. Score brings to 111, a triple Nelson. Majid on strike, flicks this towards the square leg area. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. And score moves on to 112. End of the over is what the umpire signals. So end of 10 overs, 112 for 2 as the players go in for a drinks break.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back as we start the second half of the first innings of the first game. The Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. A bright start to the Salama innings. 112 for 2 in the 10 overs that they've batted so far. A tough morning for Oriental Insurance so far. Will be hoping that their bowlers now try to restrict Salama to as low as possible. Qasim to continue. Full toss. Sends this towards the square leg area. There's a fielder there, so he gets another single score. Moves on to 113. Shazad walks in the line of the ball, plays it towards long on for a single. This time in the air towards the man at long on. So a good comeback after the good start to the second half of the innings. First 3 balls, 3 singles, keeping the batsman quiet to some extent. Trying to send this towards cover boundary, inner edge, goes towards backward or square. There's a misfield there, allows the single. .116 now will be called a wide, so another run added. Score moves on to 117. Tosses this one, and this time guilty of bowling another wide. First it was down the leg, now from outside the off stump line. He plays it back to the bowler. No run there. Last ball. Drives this one towards covers. The fielder giving a chase. Easily come back for the second. End of the over, 8 runs coming of that, 120 for the loss of 2 at the end of 11. Shazad batting 59 of 35 and Majid is 6 of 6. Qasim giving away 19 runs in the 2 overs he's bowled and he's got a wicket so far. Fayaz Ali to continue. Right arm over the wicket. Shazad sends us in the air over the side screen for the first maximum of the tournament. Slightly slower and tossed up and just got the width that he wanted, and high and handsome. There was no chance for the man at long off. Again, this time holding the line a bit back allows the batsman to go in for a single. Score moves on to 127. Again, this time in the air, chance for the man at long off, falls short of him for a single. So Majid would have had his heart in his mouth for a second when he played the one in the air. So another single. Score moves on to 128. Again, this time back to the bowler, no run there. Shehzad starting off way down the leg side, exposing all his stumps, but the moment the bowler is coming into bowl, he shuffles in. A bit difficult for the this time, much slower one, plays it towards short covers. Is there a chance of a run out? Single completed. Moves on to 129. The last ball of the 12th over coming up. Inviting the batsman to drive, but he bowls it wide, so another wide added to the total. Score moves on to 130. In the air, and a drop at covers. The fielder doing well to reach the ball, but trying to hold it a bit too low, and in the bargain, let's have a look at it. Intention correct, bowls it slow, invites the batsman, he obliges, sends it towards covers. The fielder there doing well to reach the ball, but in the end grasses that one. So end of the over. Majid dropped when the score of 7. Oriental Insurance already given away 15 extras in the 12 overs that they bowled. 131 for 2. This time drives this towards extra cover for a single. Score moves on to 132. Qasim, the bowler. Shehzad plays it towards long off for a single. Misfield there, but allows the second run to be completed easily. Chance of an overthrow not taken, so score moves on to 134 with that double. Current run rate of 10.8. Full toss, plays it towards square leg. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Moves on to 135. Qasim. This time slow one. Goes to a short third. One bounce. No run there. Bowlers have got better returns when they bowl the ball slower, but that's a delivery that you don't use every ball. As this time full toss, plays it towards mid wicket for a boundary. One bounce. Although the batsman would have loved that one to go over the fence, you should be happy with that. Slow one, wanting to outfox the batsman, but gave away a full toss. So one more bounce boundary. Score moves on to 139. Another full toss. This time plays it towards long off. Fielder there keeps it down to a single. So 140 comes up. .140 for the loss of 2 wickets at the end of 13 overs. New bowler into the attack, comes from round the wicket, and lucky for him the batsman couldn't make use of that. A dot ball. Melvin Manoj D'Souza, the new man. It's the 7th bowler being used. Some slightly rounder action, and Majid plays it down towards long on for a single. He moves on to 15 of 13 of the 14 balls he's faced. Going at a strike rate of 107, whereas his partner is going at 170. As this time tucks it towards short fine, wanting a single. Majid declining that one. Good bit of thinking. It wasn't worth taking that risk. 141 for 2. This time plays it off the inner half of the bat, goes towards square leg for another boundary. 142 for 2. This time slightly slower, plays it towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 143. Oriental Insurance captain Qasim winning the toss and electing to bowl first. This time slightly short, plays it towards the extra cover boundary for 4 more runs. There was nobody there patrolling the boundary, so score moves on to 147 with that boundary. Melvin bowling short this time. End of the over, 147 for the loss of 2 wickets.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities, I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Over number 15. Spraying it onto the pads, plays it off the inner half of the bat, and the ball going towards the fine leg boundary. The fielder unable to stop it. So 150 coming up, 151 for 2 in 14.1 overs. Qasim, the bowler, bowling it onto the pads, and easy pickings for Majid, who senses towards the fine leg boundary. Qasim losing his footing. Has to reload again. This time slightly shortens the length, goes onto the back foot and plays it towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 152. Same, slightly more fuller, plays it towards extra covers for a single. Score moves on to 153. Interesting to see when does Shehzad go full throttle. He has been a bit cautious sometime, but he will want to make use of the last 5 overs, as we see Majid playing another one towards extra covers and another single being collected. With wickets in the tank, they will be going in for the big ones as early as possible. As this time will be called a wide. He shuffled across, but still wide enough. So one more run added. .155 for 2. This time foxed him with the slower one. Shehzad was quite early in the stroke. So another dot ball. In the air and over the long on boundary for a maximum. So Qasim finishing his quota of 4 overs. He's gone for 42 with the wicket that he got of Ali Mirza. As you have a look at the stroke again, sending this straight over the long on boundary, and he moves on to 82 of 47 with 11 boundaries and 2 maximums. 161 for 2 at the end of 15. The last 5 overs of the innings coming up. As we have a look at the scorecard, Yasser was the first to go. He was out for 4 of 3 balls with 1 boundary. Ali Mirza caught by Yogesh off the bowling of Qasim. He made 37 of 22 with 7 boundaries. Had a steady start, but then started teeing off before he lost his wicket. And Shehzad has been consistent. He is on 82 of 47, 11 boundaries, 2 sixes. His strike rate of 174.47. In Majid, 22 of 18 with 2 boundaries. 16 extras in the innings so far, as we have Melvin bowling another wide. So score moves on to 162. We called wide again, this time outside the off stump. He's trying to rush the ball through with that sidearm action that he has. This time managing to beat the batsman. Score remains on 163. In the air, wait and see if somebody settles under it. Falls in no man's land and they complete a single. Score moves on to 164. इसके लिए माउस है क्या इसके पास इसका? Change in the field, the man at third man being sent back. Shehzad on strike. Slow one in the air, chance for the man at long on, but still falling short of him, so another single. Score moves on to 165. Shortly short and send this towards the cover boundary. The fielder misfields there, allows another boundary to go through. Digs this one into the pitch, sits up to be hit, and the batsman obliges the fielder there. Not a good effort. Allows the ball to go through, so score moves on to 169. And Majid moves on to 27. This time plays it towards long on. Not much of an effort by the fielder. Got to go in for those chances. It's a risk that you can give away a boundary, but still worth taking, trying to go for those catches. And score moves on to 170. Brings Shehzad on to strike, who's on 83. Cuts this one towards gully, and they complete a single quite easily. And allows that extra run to go through, so 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 172. (172) for 2 at the end of 16 overs. Over number 17 to start. Sends this towards the mid-wicket boundary. Melvin, the fielder there, keeps it down to a single. Hilal Khan coming to bowl his third over, the 17th of the innings. He's given away 25 of the first 2 overs that he bowled. Has a job to do, trying to keep this scoreboard as low as possible. Also Shehzad, who plays this down towards square leg. The fielder giving the chase, but to no avail. Another boundary. His score moves on to 177 with that boundary. Shehzad moves on to 89. Not a convincing stroke, but with the power that was generated, good enough to beat the fielder at square leg. (177 for 2). Hilal Khan to Shehzad, and this time bowls him. Yorker, you miss, I hit, and an entertaining innings comes to an end. 89 of 51 with 12 boundaries and 2 sixes. Have a look at that. Swings in the air, beats him, and the middle stump knocked out. 177 for 3. Man out Shehzad, 89 of 51. Strike rate of 174. Humayun Ali, the new man, coming in at number 5. Coming at the fall of Shehzad's wicket. Was bowled. Run that. Humayun taking strike for the first time. Plays this towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 178. Fifth ball of the over. And this time drives us down towards long on. Another single. Score moves on to 179. Hilal Khan deciding. Humayun on strike is 1 of 1. As this time slow one, plays it in the air, and a good catch by Yogesh. So 2 wickets in the over. So a good comeback after being sent for a few runs in the opening spell. He's now bowled 3 overs for 32 and 2 wickets to his credit. .180 for 4. Well judged catch from Yogesh. Humayun out for 1 of 2 balls. .179 for 4 at the end of 17 overs. Majid on strike, he's on 30 of 24. Fardhan, the new bowler, starts off with a full toss. We'll wait for the umpire's decision. Calls it a boundary. Fardhan, the new batsman. And Amit was the one who bowled that ball. Bowls a high full toss and wait for the umpire's signal. On strike, having a discussion with the umpire. No ball. And the third umpire deems that's a no ball above waist height. So Amit will have to re-ball that ball. Free hit coming up. Now deciding to come from over the wicket. Can't change the field, but he can just change the ends, whether he's bowling from over or around the wicket. At this time, can't make much use of it. Goes on the back foot, plays it towards long off for a single. Score 185 for 4. 6 runs coming off the first ball. Just one ball. At this time, Farzan plays it towards, wanting to play that one towards covers, misses that one. The keeper misses, no run there. This time drills this one towards covers, man there patrolling the 30 yards, managing to stop that one, but can't stop that single. So score moves on to 186. 186 for 4. We have another 15 balls, legal balls left in this innings, as trying to play a big stroke but missing that one. So does the keeper. Dot ball. So good comeback after giving away a boundary with that no ball. He's manages to keep the batsman quiet, just giving away singles. As another low full toss sends towards wideish long off, a chance of a run out, and referred upstairs. A good throw from So the clear angle not visible for the third umpire to deem that as run out. So batsman survives. A close call. Over number 19 to begin. This time plays it over the man, it covers, There's a fielder there, but by the time the fielding is done, 2 runs being completed. Majid had crossed the wickets by quite a margin, so he couldn't make use of that chance of an overthrow. 2 more runs added. .192 for 4. Second ball of the penultimate over of this innings. Slow one, using his full throttle, sends us towards mid-wicket. Farzan wanting a second. He's quite quick across the turf, but that run was not available, so this have to settle with 1. Score moves on to 193. Farzan moves on to 5 of 5. Majid batting 38 of 28 with 4 boundaries. Sends this one towards square leg. The fielder giving the chase, but the ball will win the race. And another boundary added to the total. Score moves on to 197. Wanting to play it down the ground. Gets the inner half of the bat and goes towards this square leg boundary. The man had shot square leg, giving the chase, but not good enough. This time towards the mid-wicket boundary. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to a single. They come back for a second. Is that a run out? And yes, it is. Needlessly giving away his wicket. There was never a second run there. And he had taken his chances earlier, but this time perishes in pursuit of a run which was not existing. Have a look at that. Melvin throws it, 1 bounce, and all the bowler had to do is collect it and break the stumps. Does he? Umpire. .198 for 5 as he places towards the mid-wicket boundary, and 4 more runs added, so the 200 coming up. Bowler not happy with the effort by the man at deep mid-wicket. 202 for 5. Gopal, the man joining Majid at the centre, who now moves on to the 40s. He's moves on to 47 of 31 as another one sends us towards wideish long off for a single. He moves on to 48. .203 for 5 at the end of 19. Gopal yet to take strike. Majid batting 48 of 32, 6 boundaries. Started off slowly and now his strike rate has gone up to 150. And as Yasser wanted, they were confident of posting a score more than 200. Already reached 202 with 6 legal deliveries to go in the innings.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. Last over of the innings coming up. Yogesh to bowl. A slower one beats him. And the ball keeping low as well. And Qasim will be hoping that Yogesh keeps the damage to the minimum in these last 5 balls. In the air, and couple of bounces into the fence he goes. So another 50 in the innings. The second one coming off the bat of Majid is 52 of 34 balls with 7 boundaries. Bowled it into the slot, and the width that was there, enough for Majid to make use of it. This time an edge taken and the 6th wicket down in pursuit of extra runs. This time bowled well, invited the batsman to take the bait, and he does. Have a look at that. Bowls it wide, slow. He was early into the shot, and an edge into the keeper's gloves. Suleiman, the wicketkeeper, taking the wicket. So out for 52 of 35 balls that he faced. Kumar, the new man, comes at the ball of the 6th wicket. Starts off the single, brings Gopal on to strike for the first time. Goes back and plays this in the air towards long off. So he's also off the mark with that single. Last ball of the innings coming up. Kumar taking strike. 209 and plays this back to the bowler. Chance of a run out, and yes, it is. Gopal, the man, run out with no runs added to the total. So they finish their innings at 209 for the loss of 7 wickets. We have a look at the scorecard. Oriental Insurance captain winning the toss, selecting to bowl. Yasser was the and Ali Mirza opened the innings. Yasir was out for 4 of 3 balls. He was run out. Ali Mirza out for 37 of 22 with 7 boundaries. Then the innings of Shehzad, 89 of 51 with 12 boundaries, 2 maximums. Majid Aman was out in the last over. He was out for 52 of 35 with 7 boundaries. And not much of contribution from the rest of them. Humayun out for 1 of 2 balls. Farzan out for 5 of 5. Gopal was run out for 1 of 1, and Kumar not out 1 of 2 balls. 19 extras in innings. As we have a look at the bowling card, Hilal Khan finishing his 4 overs for 45 and 2 wickets to his credit. DJ Abdullah bowled 2 overs for 21. Yogesh Kumar 3 overs, 32 runs, 1 wicket, managing to get 2 runouts in that over as well. Amit bowled 3 overs for 29, no wicket. Qasim bowled his 4 overs for 42 and 1 wicket. Fayaz Ali 2 overs 22 for no wicket, and Melvin 2 overs 18 runs and no wicket. So 210 is what Oriental Insurance need in this opening encounter of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is the Super 8 game, which will be followed by a played game after the conclusion of this innings. Welcome back. The chase underway. 210 is what they require. Scoreboard पे लेके matches पे लेके आना. First ball, left arm spin to start off. In the air, falls short of the man at long on for a single. Suleiman Saeed and Akash who opened the innings for Oriental. Humayun Ali left arm round the wicket to start in the first one. Suleiman trying to play one over long on, managed to get a single of the first ball. Akash trying to cut this one. 6 matches, 191, strike rate of 173. They will hope that these two batsmen who've started will get them a good start in pursuit of 210. Look at the previous scorecard when these teams had met in the earlier league phase. Suleiman, 12 matches, 860 runs. He's also got a strike rate of around 170. So that's ominous for Oriental Insurance. It's a matter of whether they can execute that one, as this one edge sends towards the man at short third. Shehzad, the fielder there, no run. So 2 consecutive dot balls. Last time these two teams met at the Eagle grounds, Salama had batted first and made 239, and in pursuit, the Oriental Insurance managed 142 only, as he plays this one towards deep mid wicket, well fielded by the fielder, keeps it down to a single. A good effort, runs to his right, stops it with his leg. Not the ideal way to stop, but effective. Score moves on to 2. Shehzad had made 130 runs of the 65 balls that he had faced last time, and continued his form against them today. And he made 89 of 52 balls. Humayoli onto the back foot. No run there. Last ball of the first over coming up. 2 for the loss of no wicket. Plays it with soft hands, plays it towards short square leg, single to complete the over. 3 for the loss of no wicket. Over number 2 to start. Started off with spin, followed by medium pace. Took a under edges is one, no run there. Afsar, the bowler, right arm over the wicket, bowling to Suleiman, who is now batting 2 of 4. Straight to one, slight swing in the air. Batsman up to the task, plays it back towards the bowler. This time drives this one towards the man at long off. There's nobody patrolling the mid-off bound area, so easy single. Dealing in singles so far, they need somebody to take off. As we have a look at the career stats of Afsar, 13 matches, 7 wickets, 7.86 economy. Not bad for a bowler who bowls with the new ball. Ideally, his captain would want him to be with a few more wickets to his credit. 4 for the loss of no wicket, needing another 206 more runs in 18.3, 111 balls. Run rate already creeping above 11. This time plays it in the air, over the man it covers. Captain there misses the chance, and 2 more runs given. See, the bowler comes in and gives in that extra and he plays it, trying to play it over covers, gets the outer half of the bat, as this time he plays this towards Long off, there's a fielder there, there's another single. So no boundary yet. So moves on to 7. Have a look at that. In the air, settles under that and tries to take it away far from his body. So this time plays it back towards the bowler, and first boundary of the innings. Afsar putting his hand but pulling it out at the last second, injuring himself, and gives away a boundary. So a good end to the over. A boundary coming off the last ball. So score moves on to 11. Suleiman Saeed gets his first boundary of the tournament.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Humayoli to continue, this time over the bowler's head. The man at long on, quite vigilant, runs to his left and stops a boundary, keeps it down to a single. Akash moves on to 5 of 6. Slightly flatter, quicker this time. Goes on the back foot and plays it back towards the bowler. No run there. Again onto the back foot, plays it towards short covers, single completed. Slightly wild throw but no extra runs. Score moves on to 13. This time wanting to sweep this one, but half-hearted appeal. Umpire not interested. Score moves on to 14. One more run. Score moves on to 14. Last ball of the over coming up. Humayun running through his overs quite quickly. Just giving away singles. He's not picked up a wicket, but he's managed to make sure that the runs don't come. 14 for the loss of no wicket at the end of 3. Suleiman drives this towards the extra covers, boundary. The ball being just stopped inside. Very good effort by the fielder. Saved a certain boundary. This is the sort of effort that keeps champion sides ahead of the rest of them. Akash yet to score a boundary. This time drives this through the covers. There's a man there. Captain sensing that it's the area where the batsmen are scoring, plugs that area. In the air and falls short of the man at long off. One more run added. Score moves on to 19. Plays it in the air. And another drop by Yasir, this time right into his hands. Not happy with himself. Drops his hand to the floor. We need better catching from him. Let's have a look at the replay again. Akash trying to go mid on, but slices the ball straight to the man at point and out of his hands. Suleiman on strike. Offside the bowler this time. Suleiman drives this through covers, and the fielder doing well, going down and saving a certain boundary. Lucky for him, he just hit his shoulder, not in a single. Score moves on to 21. Late swing, bad bounce, and lucky for him, didn't hit his face, went on to just hit the shoulder area. This last ball of the over coming up. Sam drives this wide from his body towards long off for a single. End of the fourth over, 22 for the loss of no wicket. Over number 5, as we have the first bowling change. Gopal is the bowler. Replaces Humayun, who had bowled the first and the third over. Have a look at the career stats. 12 matches, 8 wickets, economy 10.1, a bit expensive, but much better ball. Foxed the batsman. Akash wanted to leave this one, but the ball followed him and made sure that it went under his leg, so will not be called a wide. Have a look at that. Comes down the track and loses his stumps. The leg stump gone. Natural in-swinger with the way Gopal bowls. And played across the line and paid the penalty. He ran out of patience. Out for 9 of 11. Ran down the wicket across the line. Would have been much better had he played it a bit more straight. Could have got through the middle of the bat and probably scored a few runs, but right now is out for 9. Out for 9 of 11 with no boundaries. 9 of 12 rather. Abdullah, the man at number 3. Get your stats. 6 matches, 231, strike rate of 158. A challenging task on hand as he walks in. His first challenge when he came on to bowl was to stop a rampant batting unit, and now has got to help his team score another 188 of 15.4 as he drives away from his body. Just swung through the line, but no contact, so another dot ball. Three balls in the over so far, no runs, and they've lost a wicket as well. Plays this towards square leg. There's protection out there. Keeps it down to a double. Humayun, the fielder. 2 more runs added. Score moves on to 24. Now coming into the line, gets enough width to play with and sends this over the cover boundary. The ball winning the race. Score moves on to 28. They need many more of these. As Gopal this time bowls it wide outside the off stump. Ball coming in. Splices the ball, but good enough for a couple of bounces and touching the fence. Score moves on to 28 as the last ball of the over coming up. This time down the leg side, we'll have to re-bowl and the first extra of the innings. Score moves on to 29. Last ball, drives this towards the man at long off for a single. 30 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 5 overs. A wicket taking over, 8 runs given of that, and a wicket taken. Kamal V, the new bowler, is 10 matches, 8 wickets, economy of 8 runs. This time in the air and over long off for a maximum. Wasn't a shot that was played with too much power, but elegant enough to send that over long on for a maximum. Just over the boundary ropes. This is what they need. Score moves on to 36. This is the last over of power play, where the field restrictions. And this time plays it again down to long on. There's a man there, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 37. Brings Suleiman on to strike, who's batting 13 of 13. He's been off strike for quite some time, since the end of the 4th over. Interesting to see how he's been seeing the action for the last few balls from the other end. Now on strike. Onto the leg side and over the mid-wicket boundary. One bounce into the fence she goes. So Kamal not having a good start. He gave away a maximum of the first ball, a single to follow, and then this one straying onto the pads and hopping onto one leg and sends this over mid-wicket for one bounce. Score moves on to 41. Interesting to see what Kamal is thinking now as he bowls this one. Bowls is slightly short, but plays on the outer half of the bat, and with the third man inside the circle, another boundary to follow. Score moves on to 45. Required run rate of 11.51. It was at 12 and above at the start of this over. In a space of few balls, it's come down to 11.5. So they will want this pair to keep continuing in the same manner. As this one onto the pads again and over the vacant fine leg boundary. So 3 back-to-back boundaries. So all the pressure that was exerted is now starting to get released onto the pads, and flicks this, and a couple of bounces onto the ropes. Suleiman now moves on to 25 of 16 balls. Score moves on to 49. Shot plays this towards covers, wanting a single, rightly so. Sent back, end of the over. A good one for Oriental Insurance. 19 runs coming of that. They will need a few more of overs of that manner. They want to chase the score of 209.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Oriental Insurance in pursuit of 210 started with Suleiman Saeed and Akash. Suleiman Saeed batting 25 of 17. Akash out bowled by Gopal for 9 of 13. And DJ Abdullah is batting 14 of 6 with 1 boundary and 1 maximum, 1 extra in the innings. 49 for 1. Chasing another 161 of the remaining 14 overs. The power play has just concluded. As we have a look at the bowling card as of now. Start next over after power play, Gopal. And sends this one towards deep mid wicket and a single being collected. Score the 50 coming up in 6.1 overs. Not a bad one, but they are chasing a tall score, so they need some more from these men. Humayun Ali 2 overs 6 runs, quite economical. Afsar 2 overs 16 runs. Gopal Sharma 1 over 8 runs and 1 wicket. And Kamal was 1 expensive 1 over 19, as this time bowls it outside the off stump. The keeper misses that one just inside the tram line, so score remains on 50. Suleiman on strike, Gopal the bowler. This time going down the leg side is the action that he has naturally will bring the ball in. So you gotta expect the one always coming in. Very rarely with his wrist that he will be able to bowl that outswinger. Score moves on to 51. Tucks this one towards mid wicket. There's a single there. Score moves on to 52. For 1 as plays it in the air, brings the man at long on into play, but only as a spectator. And the second maximum of the innings. Broad shoulders, plays it over the man at long on. And all Shehzad can do is collect the ball from over the boundary and hand it back to the bowler. Score moves on to 58. This time bowling it away from the batsman. No feet movement whatsoever. So the ball going into the keeper's gloves for no run. We're in the 7th over of the game. Last ball of the 7th over. This is the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. This is the first match of the Super 8. 8 teams are there in this competition. And 5 teams in the plate. As this time plays it over the bowler's head. A couple of bounces into the fence. She goes 62 for 1 at the end of 7 overs. And DJ Abdullah now is on 25 of 10 balls. With 2 boundaries and 2 maximums. Comparatively, Suleiman Saeed is a bit more steadied, but having a healthy strike rate of 136. He's scored 26 of 19. 62 for 1 at the end of 7. Needing another 148 runs of the remaining 78 balls. With a run rate of 11.38. see a bowling change. Quite evident that Kamal, after going for 19 in the last over, will be asked to take a break. And the captain Yasser comes into the attack. Suleiman on strike. Starts off from bowling onto the pads, and Suleiman sweeps him towards fine leg. Had he left it, could have got a wide, but he was confident enough, and he sweeps this one to fine leg for a boundary. So not a good start for Yasser. Have a look at that. Opens his action up and bowls it down the leg side and gives away a boundary. Yasser career stats: 13 matches, 9 wickets, economy of 7.24. As this time down the leg side, impulsive sort of appeal, but then realizing that this one was going down leg side, so a good result. A dot ball, still going down leg side. Luckily for him, the batsman couldn't make good use of it. At this time, drives this down towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 67. Brings Abdullah on strike. Straying onto the leg side again. This one's reaching the fence for another boundary, so not a good start. He is guilty of bowling onto the pads. He needs to bowl on one side of the wicket with fielders protecting the offside. Have a look at that. This one onto the pads, even half a bat with the field inside the circle. This ball is always going to make it towards the fence, as it does. Score moves on to 71 as he bowls this one outside the off stump. It's dot ball. Last ball of the over coming up. He's already given away 9 runs of the 5 balls that he's bowled. We want to finish it well, as in the air and over the man at cow corner. So not a good end to the over. 15 runs coming off that over. Score moves on to 77 at the end of 8 overs. Needing another 133 of the remaining 12 overs. Welcome back. Humayun back into the attack. Yasser now wanting his premier bowler to come in and get him a wicket or so. Starts off by giving away a single. Interesting to see what sort of approach these two batsmen have towards Humayun. They know he's somebody who bowls wicket to wicket, doesn't give the ball too much of air or breaks the ball. He's bowling the stump to stump line. So are they happy to see him off and target the rest of the bowlers? At this time, Abdullah decides against it and sends this over the long on boundary for another maximum. Score moves on to 84. And he moves on to 41 or 14 balls with 4 maximums. Have a look at that. Just enough width that he was looking for. And with those broad shoulders, he muscles this one over long on. At this time, cuts this one towards the third man. There's a man at short third giving the chase. And they complete a comfortable double. Score moves on to 86. So the ploy to bring back Humayun, getting a wicket so far, still not bearing fruit. Of the 3 balls that he's bowled, he's given away 9 runs. He's on 43 as he plays this with soft hands, plays it back to as a bowler. 2 more balls left in the over. This is the 9th over. This time wanting to force this one towards the cover region. A single to a short fine. 10 runs coming off this over so far with the ball to go. Score 86 for 1. Required run rate now standing at 10.78. They've managed to make sure they get the required run rate. At this time, Suleiman drives this past the batsman for a single, well fielded by Shehzad. What would have been a near boundary. Uses his foot to stop that one. Have a look at it. Suleiman driving this down past his partner, who avoids, and then hoping that this one was going to the boundary. Shehzad using his foot and then keeping the ball in play. His partner coming in and throwing the ball, keeps it down to a single. End of over number 9. (88) for the loss of 1 wicket. Over number 10 to start. Mohammad Shehzad, the bowler. As Suleiman drives this towards covers for a single. Have a look at Shehzad's career stats. 14 matches, 3 wickets, economy of 7.49. Yasser will be hoping that he keeps the economy as low as possible, even if he doesn't manage to get a few wickets. Score moves on to 90. This time slightly quicker from round the wicket. Abdullah just happy to play it back. Probably must be biding his time to ensure he gets 1 or 2 in the slot, which he can deposit over the ropes. As goes over the bowler's head and 1 bounce into the fence. This is what he was, sizing up the bowler, not ready to go after every ball, or waiting for the opportunity, and when it is presented, he makes full use of it. Have a look at that. This time up to him and he clears his front leg, plays it over the long off boundary for 1 bounce into the fence. Moves on to 93. And Abdullah moves on to 48 of 19. At this time, chance for the man at short third. The ball reaching after a couple of bounces, keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 94. He moves on to 49 of the 20 balls he's faced, with 4 boundaries and 4 maximums. Quicker this time, tucks the batsman, keeps it to a dot ball. Last ball of the 10th over coming up. Drinks break after this and the teams will change sides. Cuts this one towards point. No run there. End of the over. 94 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of 10. Comparatively, Salama was 112 for 2 at the completion of 10 overs. DJ Abdullah batting 49 of 20 and Suleiman Said batting 34 of 25. Shahzad giving away 6 runs of the over that he bowled. As we take a quick break and we'll join you in the second half of the innings.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all those families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back. We have a look at the Oriental Insurance dugout. Must be some tense faces out there. They know that they are there, but still not quite enough. They're going at 9 runs and over, but they still need at the run rate of 11.6, 116 required of the remaining 60 balls as Salman comes into bowl. 10 matches, his wickets of 13, economy of 6.22. It's quite an impressive stats we have. Abdullah on strike. First ball, and they get the wicket that they were looking for. DJ Abdullah just short of what would have been a very good 50. Have a look at that. Loops this one too close to the bat and straight to the man at long on, who makes no mistake. They are a very good fielding unit. He's caught by Gopal off the bowling of Salman. So immediate impact by Salman as soon as he comes to the center. And Abdullah is quite disappointed with himself. One, that he couldn't finish a well compiled 50, and second, he leaves it his team at a slightly precarious situation. New man at number 4, Yogesh Kumar, comes into the center. Comes to the fall of DJ Abdullah's wicket. Now we'll look at Yogesh Kumar's stats. 6 matches, 50 runs, strike rate of 104. Has a job on hand. Salman, right arm over, loops this one and drives this towards short covers. It's no run there. For the third ball again, this time goes onto the back foot, plays it towards long off for a single. Score moves on to 95. Suleiman on strike, drives this one towards cow corner. There's a man there, deep mid wicket rather. There's a single there. Score moves on to 96. Salman bowling to Yogesh, who's wrapped on the pads. Umpire not interested. Going down leg side. Caught on the crease, but ball was doing a bit too much. So batsman survives. Have a look at that. Bowls it. He goes onto the back foot. Plays down the wrong line, but going down leg side. Batsman survives. 96 for 2. Last ball of the over. Full toss. Plays it towards mid wicket. There's a fielder there. Batsman disappointed that he couldn't make better use of that. Single to end the over. 97 for 2 at the end of 11. It started at 11.16 at the start of the over. Now it's jumped to 12.56. Run rate's gonna keep jumping as and when you can't get those required run rates in the over. Shahzad in to bowl his second over. Yogesh drives this one down the ground, goes to long on for a single. Score moves on to 98. Suleiman on strike. Plays a cheeky stroke, wanting to play it towards fine, but gets it as far as square leg. The bowler does the fielding of his own bowling. Not a percentage shot. You're better off playing down the ground. He's been playing well so far. He needs to anchor this innings and stay till the end. There's no point committing to strokes which will only give you a single. More better if he plays it down the ground or in front of the wicket. There's Yogesh to strike to Shehzad. Drives this towards the long off boundary. And the 100 coming up. 103 for 2. And Yogesh gets his first boundary. Goes inside out. Plays it towards wideish long off. The fielder not close there. Results in a boundary. Shehzad bowling to Yogesh. Again round the wicket. Slightly flatter this time. Last time he gave a bit of air. Yogesh played him towards long off for a boundary. This time only a single. And score moves on to 104. Wanting to cut this one into the keeper's gloves. End of the over. 12 overs gone. 104 for 2. Over number 13, Salman bowling. Across the line, wait for the umpire signal, not interested. No run there. Dot ball to start the over. This time bringing the ball back in. Yogesh plays it down to long off for a single. He moves on to 9 of 10. Brings Suleiman on to strike. Coming down the wicket will be called a wide. Keeper missing that one, so lucky that he wasn't stumped. Score moves on to 106. Again coming down the track, but the length was shortened, so they just managed to get a single. Score moves on to 107. Again down leg side, ball doing a bit too much. Yogesh is unable to read him well. He's just all at sea at the moment against the off spinner. This time makes a bit of room, plays it towards long on for a single. Score moves on to 108. Last ball of the over coming up. 108 for 2. And another dot ball to end the over. 108 for 2 at the end of 13, needing another 102 more runs of the remaining 7 overs. Shazad to continue, bowling to Yogesh, who now plays this over mid wicket for a maximum. This is what they need. Not a good line to bowl from round the wicket. You're cutting your angle of getting those wickets. The moment it is in the arc, the batsman's not going to hold himself back. As this time Yogesh clears his front leg and sends this over mid wicket for a maximum. Score moves on to 114. This time over long on and a second maximum, back-to-back sixes. The fielder at long on was in interest for a moment or so, but that was not to be. It was quite a clean hit and sent over the man at long on for the second maximum of the over. Score moves on to 120. Under edges this one, going towards short third. The batsman complete a single. $121 for 2. Yogesh now batting 23 of 15 with 1 boundary and 2 maximums. Suleiman has slowed down a bit. He is now 37 of 32 with 5 boundaries. He needs to step up that ante right now. He cannot wait for it to the last 3 or 4 overs and get not out. He will have to go for those along with Yogesh. If they want to chase us down, they need another 89 more runs of 6.3. As Shahzad is setting his field. Suleiman on strike. Shahzad, the bowler, cuts this one towards the gully region. The fielder giving the chase. Keeps it within the boundary. Saves a certain boundary. Keeps it down to 2 more runs. Score moving on to 123. 15 runs of coming of this over so far. Trying to cut this one, misses so does the keeper. A run taken and it's been called out by, as the keeper is in pain at the moment. Keeper getting ready. Last ball of the 14th over. Good over for Oriental Insurance, but they need many more of those. Needing another 86 of the remaining 37 balls. Last ball of the over. Cuts this one again. The man at gully doing well. Fields it and makes sure that keeps it down to a single. Yogesh, the batsman, who did that. 125 for 2 at the end of 14 overs.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome back, Salman, to continue. It's already bowled 2 overs so far. It's now bowling to Yogesh. Salman Akram, 2 overs, 7 runs, 1 wicket. This time Yogesh trying to send this over mid-wicket, missed the line completely. Questioned the umpire on a couple of occasions with those LBW, but still with him starting off on middle in leg, he's very difficult when he's going to get a LBW. As again this time pulls it onto the pads. Yogesh sends this towards the square leg boundary. There's a fielder there who comes around and keeps it down to 2. Score moves on to 127. This time down the leg side, Yogesh not happy with himself. They could have made use of that, but still a wide, 1 more run added. Oriental will be looking for somebody who can get them the 20-22 run over and make this chase interesting. Because even if they score at 10 and 11 and over, is still not going to be enough. This time shortens the length up. Yogesh waiting for the one that was up to him, but this time didn't read the length well, so not able to make use of it. So a dot ball. 3 runs of the 3 balls he's bowled so far. This time the putting more revs on the ball going to a square leg. They complete one and they easily come back for the second. So 5 runs of the 4 balls that he's bowled. Good over so far for Salama. They wouldn't mind that. They'd want to make sure that they don't give away those boundaries that the Oriental Insurance batsmen are looking for. Wanting to play this head not too still. Missing that one. So last ball of the over coming up. 5 runs coming off it so far. Salman doing exactly what his captain Yasir wants him to do. Make sure he keeps it tight. He's kept it tight so far. He's just given away 12 runs of the 2.5 he's bowled. Hoping that he finishes it off well. Floats this one, but good strike. End of the over with a maximum. So 136 for 2 at the end of 15 overs. इसके बॉलिंग में एक बॉल और चाहिए. डॉट बॉल नहीं डाला क्या कर रहा है यार ये. हाँ ओवर हो गया है. के बाद एक डॉट था उसको बोलो. हाँ अभी हुआ. Over number 16, Afsar to bowl. .74 more runs required of the remaining 30 balls. It's not impossible. 8 wickets in hand. Thought remains on how Suleiman now goes about with his business. He's batting 39 of 34 as he misses this one, and all he can manage is a single. But the better part is he's given Yogesh the strike, who's at the moment batting 34 of 22. Needs support from the other end as well. He's going at the strike rate of 154. He needs his partners to come in and strike well. Even a strike rate of 100 and 120 is not going to be enough. Need Afsar onto the pads, down leg side, missing that one. Called a leg bye. So 2 runs of the first 2 balls. Needing another 72 more runs of the remaining 28 deliveries, legal deliveries. Suleiman on strike. This time gets under the ball, sends us over long on. Or rather sends us towards mid wicket. No run, just a single there. Afsar bowling the fourth ball of the over. Again, making sure that the boundary is not scored. Just 2 runs coming of that ball. So 5 runs of the first 4 balls of the over. Score moves on to 141. 141 for the loss of 2 wickets. Now reached 36 of 24. Suleiman batting 40 of 36. Afsar plays this towards long on. A single. 6 runs coming of the 5 balls of this over so far. Last ball of the over coming up. 142 for 2. Chase getting even difficult by the minute for Oriental Insurance. This time onto the pads, plays it towards mid-wicket. There's a man stationed there, keeps it down to a single. Very good over, comes to close. 7 runs just coming off it. At the end of 16 overs, 143 for 2. Needing another 67 runs of the remaining 4 overs. Partnership of 49 of 35 between these two. Suleiman has been a low contributor. He's just got 7 of the 10 balls. But Yogesh is the one who's done the bulk of it. 37 of 20. 5 balls that he faced. Salman coming to bowl his last over. Yogesh plays it down towards mid-wicket for a single. Score moves on to 144. Required run rate at the start of this over 16.75. It's quickly gone up to 17.22 along with after that single being taken. That was Suleiman who took the strike of the first ball as Yogesh plays this one towards square leg for a single. 145 for 2. Time goes on the back foot, plays it towards extra cover. There's a fielder there, keeps it down to 1. They come back for the second. Is there a chance of a run out? Missed that one. So 2 more runs added. .147, needing 63 of the remaining 21. 3 runs per ball that they need. This time plays it towards the mid-wicket area. There's a fielder there. Misses that one. The batsman not taking advantage of that. Keeping down to a single. Fielder's on the floor waiting to know if he's alright. Salman to continue. Yogesh this time plays it in the air towards the mid-wicket boundary. The fielder there stationed for that, keeps it down to a single. So the boundary is still not coming. .149 for 2. Last ball of the 17th over coming up. Plays it back to the bowler. No run there. 149 is what the score remains on. 17 overs. 61 more runs of the remaining 18 balls. With 8 wickets in the tank. There's absolutely no point having those wickets in hand and you're not able to score those runs. They need to now go at the max speed that they can. Mayo coming to bowl his last over. What a fantastic job he's done. He's given away just 17 runs of the first 3 overs that he's bowled and gives away boundary of the first ball. This is what Yogesh and his team were looking for. He's bowled in the power play and made sure with minimum fielders available, he's managed to keep the batsman quiet. Not on this occasion. He gives away boundary of the first ball. And the 150 coming up in the 18th over. Another ball and the consecutive boundaries. Score moves on to 157. And Yogesh now moves on to 47 of 29. He's striking at 162, comes down the track, takes it on the half and sends us one bounce over the long off boundary. It's a difficult task but not impossible. Even with the 2 boundaries of the first 2 balls, this required run rate has just dropped down from 20 to 19. We'll want more from him as Yogesh now comes this time, plays it over the bowler's head. Is the man at long off interested? Not to be. That's another maximum. So a well-made 50 from Yogesh. Is 53 of 30 balls. Have a look at that. Slightly tossed up, clears his front leg and sends us over the long off boundary. The man is unable to do anything about it. 53 of 30 balls. 3 boundaries and 4 maximums. Now needing another 47 of the remaining 2.3. At this time over to long on. There's a fielder there. Keeps it down to a single. Score moves on to 164. Couple of more balls. See how Suleiman approaches this. Comes down the track. Plays it from the outer of the bat and a single. They wouldn't mind that. Good overs so far for Oriental. 16 runs coming off it, of the 5 balls. Last ball of the over as he plays it over the bowler's head and 1 bounce into the fence he goes. We wait for the umpire signal. So a 20-run over, this is what they needed at the start of the over and this is what they got. They still are 41 runs remaining required of the remaining 22 overs. Humayun Ali's figures 4 overs, 37 runs and no wicket. He went for 20 in this over. And Yogesh continues to fight it out for his team. He's now batting 58 of 32 as Gopal comes into bowl. Now what does Suleiman do? He's trying hard. He's trying to get those big runs, but he's unable to convert it. He's been there since the start of the innings. He scored his 5 boundaries. He's got 46 of 42, but he will need to go on as Yogesh has been doing. The least he can do is at least take a single of the first ball. At this time he plays it high in the air, waiting for it to come down, and the man at long on misses it. Mohammad Shehzad, and more importantly gives away a single, brings Yogesh on to strike. Suleiman wanting to go over long on, missed that one. Brings Yogesh on to strike. 40 required of the remaining 11 balls. Shot, plays it towards short square. They complete a single. They come back for the second, and easily done. Keeps Yogesh on strike. Have a look at that drop catch in the air. Shehzad doing well. Comes under the ball and in the end takes it away from his body. That didn't allow him to a second gathering, and the ball popped out of his hands, allowing that single. As this time he plays it a ramp shot over towards short fine, and but not to be. And an entertaining knock comes to an end, sticking his hand out and gets that catch. And Gopal strikes again, trying to be cute out here, but in the end the man is shot fine. Majid quite up to the task, and a one-hander brings down the downfall of Yogesh, who's out for 60 of 34 balls, 4 boundaries, 4 sixes. And is that the game for Salama, who were well and truly on top for quite some time, and then Yogesh comes in and plays a whirlwind knock, but it comes to an end. .172 for 3, 38 more runs of the remaining 9 balls. They need a boundary every ball as Hilal Khan comes to the center. His 10 matches, 175, strike rate of 152. As of now, he needs to have a strike rate of 400 and above. He needs a boundary practically every ball. Needs to be seen how close can Oriental Insurance get. And Hilal plays this over mid-wicket and straight to the man, but dropped out. So 2 wickets gone a begging. Have a look at that. Hilal Khan plays it in the air. The man at mid-wicket, he didn't have to move. He just had to pouch the ball, but he crouches, and that makes him lose the ball. As Suleiman this time plays it over mid-wicket. The man stationed there and keeps it down to a single. The task now getting hard by every ball that passes. Needing another 36 of the remaining 7 balls. Batting on 48 of 44 as Hilal plays this one towards wide of cover. Another 2 more runs added. The over ends at 176 for 3.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families, after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Last over coming up, Afsar to bowl. He's bowled 3 overs for 21 runs with no wickets. Gopal finishing his quota of 3 overs, 28 runs and 2 wickets. And the task very simple for Suleiman. He needs to make sure everything goes out of the park as he plays his first one. And into the fence he goes. He completes his 50 of 45. 52 of 45 with 6 boundaries. But is that an effort that wasn't enough to get his team over the line? He needs now, if he needs to win this game for his side, he needs to make sure everything goes over the ropes and not into the through. 52 of 45 balls with 6 boundaries. This time over the bowler's head. One bounce towards the man at long off for a single. Moves on to 181. And all Afsar has to do is to bowl 4 more legal deliveries without giving away any extras. As this time Hilal plays it towards the man at long off. There's not much of an effort and the ball races away towards the boundary. Score moves on to 185. Salama cannot relax even though they know that this game is theirs, because these extra runs can prove a bit costly at the final analysis, and Oriental will be aware of that and trying to keep the margin of defeat as low as possible. They're not, the game's still not won, but truly now, as of now, the full toss, wait for the umpire signal, and this one's will have to be called a 6 or a boundary. We'll wait for the umpire signal. No ball check being asked. Boundary, no ball check. The ball was below waist height and the batsman was outside his batting crease, so will be called a boundary. This time plays it again over mid wicket. A drop catch there will allow them to complete 2. Score moves on to 191, and the last ball of the game coming up. 19 more runs required. Plays it down towards long on for a single, so the innings comes to a close at 192 for 3 and a 17 runs victory for Oriental Salama in the inaugural game of the Super 8 between Oriental Insurance and Salama. They ride home on a magnificent 89 by Mohammad Shehzad. A valiant fight back by Yogesh and Suleiman, but not good enough. As we run through the scorecard, Suleiman Saeed not out 53 of 46 with 6 boundaries. Akash out 9 of 13. Abdullah out for 49 of 21. Yogesh Kumar 60 of 34. And Hilal Khan not out 14 of 6 balls. 7 extras in the innings. As we have a look at the bowling card, Humayun Ali 4 overs 37 runs. He had bowled well until he came into this last over and gave away 20 runs. Afsar Salama 4 overs 37 runs. Gopal 3 overs 28 runs, 2 wickets. Kamaluddin 1 over 19 runs. Yasir 1 over 15 runs. Shehzad 3 overs 29 runs, no wicket. And Salman Akram, the pick of the bowlers, 4 overs 24 runs and 1 wicket. So a comprehensive 17 runs victory for Salama as they collect their first points of the tournament. As we have a look at the match summary, 209 was what 209 for 7 was what Salama scored in the 20 overs, and in reply Oriental Insurance were 192 for 3 in losing by 17 runs. We have the presentations coming very soon.
And to be able to be there at that time, it's exciting to be able to help all these families and get them back to normal life. Because as a adjuster, that is our main goal, to restore families after catastrophe, bring them back, and even the community too, bring them back to some sort of normal life and help them.
For us to be able to help restore and enhance their lives, their businesses, and their communities. I mean, that's what it's all about. That's what's really exciting.
A big part of it for me is to be able to help people get their lives back on track and be able to move forward after an aftermath.
And that is what we do day in and day out, with helping people get back into their homes, with restoring the community. Our guys live and breathe that motto every single day.
Welcome to the post-match presentation, the first game of the Super 8s of the Insurance Cricket Premier League Season 11. Salama winning by 17 runs after posting 209 for 7. And we have a man of the match. Hamad from the organizers will do the honors. Our man of the match is Mohammad Shehzad for his 89. We get his trophy and the award. शहजाद, पिछली मैच में भी लीग में आपने इनके ऊपर 100 के ऊपर बनाए और इस बार 89. जब आप आते हो ग्राउंड पे और आपको पता होता है कि ऑपोजिशन, क्या आप ऑलरेडी अपनी माइंडसेट बना के आते हो कि मैं इनके अगेंस्ट लंबा स्कोर करने वाला हूँ?
एक्चुअली ये अभी जो सेकंड राउंड शुरू हुआ है, इसमें टॉप 8 टीम्स आई हैं, तो इसमें कोई भी टीम जो है ना वो कमज़ोर नहीं है. तो मतलब कि मेरी जेडी ऐसे है कि मुझे राइट फ्रॉम द बिगनिंग ये पता होता है कि ना मैंने किस तरीके से ये कि पहले 6 ओवर में जाना है और उसके बाद जब 6 ओवर ख़त्म होंगे उसके बाद किस तरह लेके चलना है. क्योंकि मैं काफ़ी टाइम से इस ग्राउंड में भी खेल रहा हूँ, इनके अगेंस्ट भी खेल रहा हूँ, तो मुझे थोड़ा सा ये लेवरेज है कि मैं इनको जानता हूँ कि कहाँ पे ये स्ट्रांग चल रहे हैं. तो इस वजह से थोड़ा सा वो एग्जीक्यूशन में आसानी होती है. अदरवाइज दे आर गुड टीम एंड it's not difficult to play against such as Oriental. They are all capable to play against the good players. Yes.
एंड ओवरऑल आपकी टीम की कॉम्बिनेशन और सब आपके और कोई इम्प्रूवमेंट की एरिया आपको अपनी तरफ से लगती है अपार्ट फ्रॉम द कैप्टन एंड स्ट्रेटजी?
एक्चुअली हमारा जो एक पार्ट है ना फील्डिंग का वो वीक है, और उसके अलावा इन डेप्थ नहीं को बोलूँगा, मिडल में थोड़ा सा हमारा बॉलिंग का ना वो अगर हम इम्प्रूव कर लेंगे तो देन हम इस काबिल हो जाएंगे कि हम जो अच्छी टीमें हैं, जो टॉप टीमें हैं, उनको भी टफ टाइम दे सकते हैं.
Anyway, thank you and all the best for the rest of the tournament. We'll speak to Qasim now from Oriental Insurance. Qasim, 209, you all kept yourself in hand. Where do you think that this chase could have been better?
Yeah, definitely. We have given extra 20 runs. So I think we could have saved these runs so that maybe the result will be different.
With 7 wickets in the tank, probably felt that the batsmen should have taken more risk and made sure that they try to keep in check, keep in line with the run rate that was required.
Yeah, I think Salman is did pretty good batting. and because we thought that the last 5 overs we can accelerate and score few runs, but unfortunately they ball good.
Anyway, thank you and all the best for the rest of the tournament as we speak to Yasser from the winning team. Yasser, moments in the fielding when you felt that probably this chase has been better than what you actually expected?
Actually, we were expecting to score around 230, 220. We were 20 runs short. However, we dropped a couple of catches, but at the end, our guys did a very good job, and we were expecting them to chase near about 170, 180, but we restrict them, alhamdulillah, and we won the match.
Anyway, as Shehzad said, probably fielding is one area of concern for your side. Probably that will be addressed when you sit down in the next meeting with the boys.
Definitely, we are working on that. In every meeting, we are talking about fielding only because we know we have good bowlers and good batsmen, but in fielding, somehow we drop some catches. So we are working on it, and inshallah, next match we'll show better.
Probably you're one of the culprits who was in those, so probably you must be talking to yourself more than anybody else.
Yeah, I was the first one. Actually, I started this. So, no, definitely, we are working on it.
That's thank you for that and congratulations for today. That's the news from the center. The first game concluded. Oriental Insurance Salama beating Oriental Insurance by 17 runs. The plate game, the first match of the plate event to start very soon. We'll have the toss coming up. Stay tuned. Thank you.